Alright, so Girls on Fire here now out at Treasure Island. Seeing there's a recruit class, 54 new recruits for San Francisco Fire Department, and I'm sitting here with Lieutenant Julie Mau, who I actually met up at Camp Blaze a couple of days ago, so yeah, big plug to Camp Blaze. And if Julie takes off her glasses, we can see that she is a beautiful Asian American. And one of the things that we talk about when we're trying to achieve our diversity objectives is how do we reach out into our ethnic populations and try to actually reflect that community. Now in Australia we have a huge Asian population, and we're constantly told by the naysayers that Asians don't want to be firefighters. So I've had the chat a little bit earlier with Julie about the shift in values and how we can actually go about changing that and attracting Asian Australians to, which we don't actually say by the way, but to become firefighters. So tell us, Julie, how it was for you growing up, not knowing that this was a job for you, and how that shifted and how that relates to your culture where you're from.
So I think the biggest thing is, for me, I didn't grow up thinking that I could be a firefighter. It wasn't in my experience. I didn't see women in the fire service. I didn't see any Asian Pacific women in the fire service. And so it wasn't even a reality for me. What shifted me was having some friends in the fire service, applying for the fire service, with the seed in my brain of, hey Julie, I think you should apply for this. It'd be a great opportunity for you. And I didn't really think that that was possible, even with the seed in the thought in my head. But then I started really looking at the fire service. You know, what are the things that would attract me to the fire service? And again, it's like having a family, it's a tight-knit family, work together as a team, the values that are part of my culture growing up in Hawaii. Food is really big. It's a way of bringing people together. It's a way of uniting people. That's huge. Being challenged, you know, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, just coming into something and dedicating yourself to something to attain a goal. And I like the variety of the calls, because at the time I was at an office job from 9 to 5. I knew I didn't like it, and I liked being challenged and having something different happening every time I went to work. So those things appeal to me, but I think there are common values in the fire service that can link into what values we have, I think, in the Asian Pacific population. Yeah. But also, once I started thinking about that, I actually started looking at what was in the rapes going by the engines, trucks, and I started really looking at it seriously. Right. And that put the light bulb in my head of, hey, you know, if those people can do it, I can do it. And I started seeing myself in that role. Yeah. So that became more of a reality to me, and then I got really excited.
And so when I'm with the Asian American support, they go out and do a lot of parades and recruitment things. What kind of ways do you engage with young people in those communities to encourage them that this is a job, just like you, that you could actually do this job?
I think it's some of the talking points are, this is a service. This is a job of service. This is a job where you serve your community. And so if you value your community, this is a way of helping them. So if you appeal to people in that manner, I think that's a way in. I think some of the things that we have to overcome is a lot of times, you know, the Asian population can be very professionally career-minded, like, okay, I want you to, my kid, I want you to be a lawyer or a doctor or some kind of further education. And that's fine, and that's great, but this is another opportunity, and I think you have to look at the benefits of the job. And it's not just sort of a nitty-gritty, it is a nitty-gritty job, but there are other things that attract us to the fire service. It's interesting because we're dealing with changing the perception of the fire service, especially now. You know, maybe at one point it was just completely blue-collar, working people and basic education. Okay, that's fine. Really, in San Francisco, you look at the diversity of who you have. We have a lot of people who are lawyers, doctors, dentists, other people in college degrees. And the roles are changing. So those people are great to the fire service. You wouldn't think that traditionally in the past it's not been that, but going forward we are that. And so it's opening people up to that.
You could do both. You could have your lawyer degree or your medical background and make a great firefighter.
Correct.
That's the diversity of skill and capability
That is
as
correct.
well.
And thinking process. And I think those tools we bring as professionals in another life to the fire service just enhances the fire service.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you San Francisco has obviously done something right. I understand it's been a consent decree for 10 years. But walking through Station 7 and seeing the diversity of faces looking back at me, something has worked, whether it's because of the legislative push or leadership or just, it does appear to be reflecting the community. So, thank you and good luck.
Okay,
Promote.
promote.
Thank you.